Well, why did it say that it's
All right. And welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Bros. This is Big Baby Ben.
This is Billy the Kid Rogers.
for PW Troy Black, baby?
Let's
And
get
we're
it.
running to our fourth episode on YouTube. Great to see you guys here tonight. It's an honor to be with you.
As always. As always.
So we move right into the hot topic that everyone's talking about right now. It's blowing up Facebook, it's blowing up Instagram, it's blowing up Google. CM Punk fired by AEW, let go for fighting backstage once again with more superstars. Troy Black, how you feeling?
I feel like fuck CM Punk. I've always thought he was a weak ass wrestler. He's a weak ass UFC fighter. He's a weak ass businessman. And he's just a weak ass dude in real life. Like, honestly, fuck this dude. He's like one of the scummiest scumbags I've ever came across in wrestling. Like, his persona in wrestling is how he really is in real life. He's I know it all. My shit don't stink. I'm better than all of you. And you motherfuckers need to bow down to my feet. Fuck that. I'm glad that motherfucker's gone and good fucking riddance. I don't want to see even another fucking wrestling promotion anywhere, any fucking where. You could knock on my door and be like, hey man, we could do something together. I'm like, hey man, you could fuck off. I don't fucking like him. Goodbye, good riddance.
Thanks,
Really?
good riddance. You know, we've seen him come to WWE. He didn't get his way, so he talked his shit and he left with the WWE title. They created a new one, John Cena to be the champion, and he come back, disputed with John Cena over who was the real champion and shit. Nah, bro, get the fuck lost. Like, you've been given multiple opportunities, but every time something doesn't go your way, you pack your fucking shit and you fucking hightail it. This time around, the plates had flipped. They got rid of your ass before you could fuck them over. Good. I say good. He can't fucking fight. Obviously, we've seen that in the UFC. So he tried to come back to wrestling. He's still fucking pissing people off. Still fucking over people. Still trying to get his way. Being a whiny ass baby. Good riddance. See ya. Bye.
So my input on CM Punk is one of the best in the business at cutting a promo. But then botches, hold on, botches his entire match. The man can cut a promo. He's good at telling a story. That's what his specialty is. But other than that in wrestling, you're trash. You're fucking toxic. Don't come back. Please don't come back. Please don't. Because look, I used to be a fan of yours back when you had the long hair and you were straight edge CM Punk and you were fighting in ECW. That was CM Punk wrestling right there. But I don't know what the hell happened in between there and now, but you're toxic as shit in every locker room that you go to.
Straight Edge was the best CM Punk, and after that, no. Get good riddance. Your time is up. Let the new talent come in. Let people forget about you. Go on with your life.
You're not revolutionizing wrestling by dropping pipe bombs. You know how many pipe bombs are dropped on a daily show that aren't caught by the human eye in wrestling in smaller companies?
Yep.
But we're going to put all of our attention on this guy that botches every fucking match that he's in. Let's not forget that. I understand there's botches in wrestling, but hurting people and botching every match. Troy, you've done this. You've been in the game, you've been in the indie circuit, you wrestled. You don't want to work with a guy that is known for hurting people, do you?
To be honest with you, no. I would refuse. I would refuse the match. I wouldn't care whether it's for a title or not. What's the point of wrestling a guy that's gonna fucking potentially injure you and shorten your longevity of your career? It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. You got a lot of other opportunities. You got other people you can wrestle. That's the reason why I admire people like AJ Styles, one of the safest wrestlers ever to do it. He saved people from breaking their own necks because they do the Styles Clash wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will wrestle people that honor what they're doing, take time in their craft, and take and people that actually have real respect and honor when they're doing this. Like, I gotta you gotta be safe. You gotta be safe, especially you want to keep on doing this and you want to win things like this. You gotta be safe. You have to be safe, and you have to expect the rest of your team to be safe.
See, you just heard it from Troy Black. No goes on signing CM Punk. I've seen heavy rumors, though, over the last hour that TNA Impact and CM Punk to make a deal.
I believe that TNA would probably make a move like that, to be real. I can see him doing it. I don't see him lasting at all, just like Jeff Hardy didn't last.
They hit hard over there. They hit hard over there.
They do. And I don't think he's going to make it he's not going to be a manager. I don't want him managing shit. He's not going to have a high-ranking position like he used to. You're going to be a wrestler. And if you don't like that,
but the problem is he can't wrestle.
No.
That's why he didn't make it in AEW, because that's wrestling. It's not entertainment. It's wrestling over there.
All skill. They have too many people over there with too much skill to be like making space for people like him.
Yeah.
No, they got revolving doors of people coming in and out, wrestling, actually real wrestlers. Why we gotta waste time on this actual Punk? Like, for what?
Literally, CM Punk. Talking about punks, we move into the Judgment Day, and when Billy, doesn't like our man's Dirty Dom, but we move into Dirty Dom's impact with his interference on the tag team championships, and we move into how Dirty Dom has really became himself in WWE because of the Judgment Day. Do you guys think that we have a potential really good heel for the future?
Hell yes. Hell yes. Dude, when's the last time you seen someone boo the shit out of somebody like they do Dirty Dom? The Miz is the only person I know that got booed that hard. And he has to put an effort in his craft to make it that way. Dominic Mysterio damn near does it naturally. Eddie Guerrero got booed that hard, but that was only moments. Dirty Dom gets booed every time he picks up the mic. And at this point, the man loves it. I can tell when he's on the stage, he loves this energy. He loves it. He starts smiling. He almost breaks character when they start booing him that damn hard. The rest of the Judgment Day can pick up mics and talk all day long. But let Dirty Dom say one word. Like, it's, instant shutdown. I didn't like what he was doing at first, but I love it now. I think it is perfect because he has completely separated himself from his father, except the 619. I expect to see something in the future that's different or, altered somehow. But other than that, I think he's been doing good. As far as his wrestling abilities, could still use some performance center, tweaks.
That's why he's back in NXT, though.
But yeah, like, he is doing well. I think he is doing well. I think he definitely is going places. How you feel?
No, Dominic Mysterio, I'm always gonna I'm always against heel. I mean, except for my boy Roman Reigns. That's my boy's bloodline.
How you Roman Reigns fan, but you like Seth Rollins? Make it make sense.
I like them both.
You gotta pick one, bro. You can't pick all the gods. You can't pick all the wrestling gods.
But Dominic Mysterio, I'm pissed. I'm pissed about what happened at Payback. I feel that Kevin and Sami should have had the titles a little longer before they dropped them. But that's the point. He's doing exactly what a heel is supposed to do. He's pissing you the fuck off. Like, he interfered in the women's match. He interfered in the tag match. He is a valuable asset to the Judgment Day.
Dirty Dom.
If Dirty Dom had not done what he had done in those matches, they would not have the titles. So yeah, I think he's doing very, very well. He's doing his job. Like Troy said, he could work on his wrestling skill a little bit. If he's completely separated from himself from his father, like he said he's doing, he needs to stop using the 619. That is his father's move.
I also have a secret question for you after we get done with this topic.
But at the same time, the 619 is his father's move, and Dom is kind of like the next generation. So I think, in a way, carrying the 619 himself is a way of, keeping his father's name honored. when his father does finally retire, if he continues to use the 619, that's his way of showing his appreciation for his dad.
I like the Three Amigos.
Yeah, so like showing appreciation to his dad for helping him get into the business and helping him get to where he is today. So you can kind of argue it from both sides. He should stop using it if he's going to separate from his father, but at the same time, he's kind of honoring his father's name. But good job, Dom. You're doing better. You're a valuable asset to your team, and they love you. So, and you're pissing the fans off. You can't pick up, like he said, pick up a fucking mic. The minute he puts that bitch to his mouth, you can't even hear him because the crowd's booing so fucking loud. So, good job.
I've been talking about Dirty Dom now since Mr. Black came on the show in a good way. I've been building him for weeks to you guys, trying to show you that this man is the heel of WWE right now. There is nobody doing it better than Dirty Dom. When he interfered in that match, you heard the reaction from that crowd? Instant piss. Instant piss. Anytime he picks a microphone, instant piss. It's great. He's doing what a heel is supposed. Roman Reigns, he's doing his job too. But then again, where the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Speaking about surprise topic, there you go, guys. Roman motherfucking Reigns, Billy.
So, what I'm understanding with Roman Reigns, and I actually read it off an article today. They're kind of pushing. They push Jay to Raw, to kind of build him there. Jimmy's on SmackDown, building him there. And they're kind of like avoiding the Reigns thing because when a champion goes 30 days without defending their title, they're technically supposed to be stripped. But they're not ready to strip Roman. They want to keep that belt on him. He's actually, the way I understand, he's actually injured. So he's going to be out for like 6 to 8 weeks. So it's kind of, they're just trying to leave it on him. But if he's not legitimately injured, like everything's kind of pointing at or saying, he needs to be on in wrestling. Like this, avoiding being on the show just because you're a part-time wrestler, I get that, but you need to be making some kind of appearances. Even if you're not wrestling, you need to be coming on and talking and keeping your game up and keeping things rolling because it's going to start going sour. It's going to start getting dull. And it's going to get to the point where people are like, nah, fuck this bloodline shit because it's sour. It's gone.
What do you mean? People are already feeling that way.
Well,
I'm already feeling that way.
Well,
I don't know about everybody else.
Some people are, and other people aren't. Other people feel like that every time the bloodline story seems like it's starting to head down, they find another way to spice it up a little bit.
I heard, my theory behind the Roman Reigns thing is I also read an article, and I knew what he did for Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family and everything else. And I know he was taking it hard, just like Seth Rollins was. And Seth Rollins, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the next show that Seth Rollins had was like not a televised show. It was a live one. He broke down in tears and cried in front of everybody. Like literally on his knees, was crying and telling stories about Bray Wyatt for like 20 minutes in the middle of the ring. And Roman Reigns is a very sensitive guy. And he took this to heart a lot. And they have already made it well known when Roman Reigns comes back, it would be hard for him to compete because he was such close friends with Bray. Like he's taking it to heart really bad right now. And I feel like that's part of the reason why his absence is gone. He needed to take a little bit of time to recuperate, recover, and make amends with the passing of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
So I do feel that he is a well-talented actor, but let's be real. I mean, there's been plenty of times when they're going to commercial, the Usos and Roman Reigns have broken character to interact with the fans. So I can only imagine the type of weight that is on his shoulders right now. And that's probably a lot. He's probably right there with the family the whole entire time. He probably took time off to pay for everything, just like WWE's paying for everything. Like took time off to make sure everybody's okay. And I don't blame them. I don't. Whether it's like personal or it's business, I don't blame them. I don't blame him. If a close friend of mine died, like Billy, if you died, probably gonna take a month. It's probably gonna take me a month. At least. At least. And then you see what happened when in our tag team match when you got injured?
Yeah.
It affected me. It moved me. So I finished him off with your spirit.
I appreciate that.
You feel me? I can relate. I can kind of relate.
So you move in to Damian Priest.
Wait, hold on. I did have a question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
JD McDonough. How are you feeling about him now? Now he came out there and gave Damian Priest, which I'm pretty sure we're about to get to, gave him out that new briefcase, new money in the bank. Took on another challenger, Sami Zayn. Even though Dirty Dom came out there and saved him. You might have been possibly right about him joining the Judgment Day, but how do you currently feel about JD McDonough right now, and where do you think he's going with the Judgment Day?
I stand by my predictions. I stand by what I say on this show. That man is a wild card that has not yet been put to full use for the Judgment Day. They already got Dirty Dom doing the Dirty Dom work, all right? But now you got Dirty JD on the outside also giving you the W, helping you win the tag team gold. I mean, let's be serious. He was a major part in that W at Payback. He helped.
We're still
He
going to
helped.
argue about this because all he did was take a power bomb.
But what a nasty, nasty, nasty power bomb it was. I mean,
It was that made me cringe. I bent my back.
so I mean, he might only took one shot in the match, but it was the loudest shot in the match.
It was definitely a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know about the loudest, man. I don't know. That trash can throw was pretty gnarly. It damn near landed on the man's head.
That table didn't move.
It did for a second.
The table didn't move.
No, the table did not. I was like, I think he was supposed to go through it, but it was like, oh my god, his fucking spine.
So I mean, JD, I mean, doing his job, like I said he would. So in the next continuing weeks, if he pays disrespect towards Damian Priest, it's all Damian Priest wants is respect.
I think he's going to be the cause of them losing a championship. That's my prediction. I think that briefcase, like he said when he came in, originally, hey, Damian Priest, that briefcase got to go. It's a problem. But then he presented with a new one. But I still think that briefcase will come into play. JD will mess something up. Damian Priest and Finn Balor are going to go at it again. Yeah. I feel like this is a very short-lived victory. So I think when we have KO versus Sami Zayn again, I think they'll get back their titles. And I think it'll roll over to Survivor Series or maybe even WrestleMania. That's my prediction for that.
So we covered about 90% of what we were going to talk about with the Judgment Day. So we move towards Jey Uso and Sami Zayn's relationship that we witnessed on Raw. Sami Zayn putting his neck on the line, telling everybody we got to change man now. He's away from Roman Reigns. We got a brand new Jey Uso in the building. Let's give this guy a chance back in the locker room. I'm behind it. I think we got a baby face on our hands here, and I think they need to capitalize immediately on the babyface position with this guy and put him against the heel and kind of build him into a babyface on Raw. Maybe start him out with The Miz.
With The Miz, I don't feel like that would be a good matchup for him. I do see what you're saying. I do halfway agree with you. However, I don't know if it'll be a baby face. I feel like it'll almost be like a neutral thing. Because like we watched, Matt Riddle had a problem with him. You know what I'm saying? Drew McIntyre had a problem with him. Who knows who's going to have more problems with him backstage? And we all know KO definitely has a problem. Like, there's no ands, if, buts about it. So, as far as a baby face, I feel like maybe kind of in the middle. Because he's going to be defending himself, trying to make a new name for himself. And I feel like this is great for Jey Uso. However, I've been noticing KO, and this is still my prediction. I feel like KO is going to switch up on him. I've been noticing the past few weeks, even at Payback, KO's persona is aura is different. He's not just angry at the opponents; he's just angry in general. He seems like he's just not straight up not enjoying that's being a tag team anymore. Like he's not in it anymore. So I feel like there might be something going on between KO and Sami Zayn that actually might end up stopping them from getting the undisputed tag team championship belts back.
So I feel like, we know down the road we're gonna get Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Right now they're kind of building them in their own paths. I eventually feel like with Sami Zayn going out there greeting Jay and being all friendly, like he said, Kevin's gonna take a problem with that. And I think that Jey Uso is going to be the reason that Sammy and Kevin split apart. But ultimately, what the goal is here, and I agree with you on this, Ben. Jey Uso, the ultimate babyface. You got Jimmy on Friday Night SmackDown, the ultimate heel, and you're going to have a babyface versus heel Usos, and that's kind of where they're going with that.
Boring. Boring.
Yeah, I mean, some people may see it as boring. Other people may like the storyline idea.
Who cares? We all know that Jimmy is the better twin.
Jay,
I mean, my bad. You're absolutely right.
Jay is the better twin.
Jimmy took too much time off. I see them as like Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. Everybody knows which brother was better.
Yeah.
Jeff. Same thing with the Usos. When you have a brother that's similar like to your style, people have no choice but to compare the two.
Well, here's something that you also run into that's kind of similar with the Usos and the Hardys. Jeff is always getting in trouble with DUI issues and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's always causing him problems with being in the wrestling ring.
Who's the Usos?
Then you got Jimmy Uso, same thing. DUI problems, issues. Now they can't cross the border in certain places because of Jimmy's past. So there's a lot of similarities. I hear what you're saying there. So it's just, I feel like that's where it's headed, and that's what they're doing. But some people may see it as boring, like quit doing the same shit over and over. But I think that's where it's headed to.
I feel like it's been like that ever since Jimmy took the time off and came back. Yeah. He has never been in a main event. I have not seen main event Jimmy Uso ever titled in. Yeah. So is Jay. Jay's in the main event. Jay's in the singles. Jay's going for the titles. I don't see Jimmy Uso doing anything for himself. He's not going for nothing. So I feel like eventually his career will probably plummet down.
Okay.
But that Sami Zayn and Jey Uso combo, that would be bad. That would be something to see. I would love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see that because it's almost like Sami Zayn almost shows more love towards Jay
than he does Kevin. So that is
honestly,
going to lead to that's going to ultimately lead to a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin and Sami, we're going to see a turn again. Kevin's going to go heel.
We're definitely going to see them argue about it backstage at some point in
time. Yep, that's a fact.
And now, another surprise topic, but you guys knew we were going to talk about it, kind of. We didn't really agree to put it on the show, but my main man, the ring general, Gunther, you know what I'm saying? The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time now. The man can wrestle.
Yeah.
We can't deny that. The man's talented.
Got to give him his props.
Hard hitting. Yeah.
Hard hitting. So, how do you guys feel about this Intercontinental title run?
It was kind of predictable because they just led us to it. I feel that he deserves the longest run to a point because of the fact that he has been there week in and week out. There was like that brief period of time where he wasn't really relevant. They weren't really bringing him on TV. But that was a company decision. That wasn't his decision. Because he was still making an effort to kind of show up backstage and kind of showing up around the ring, things like that. But so I feel like in that scenario, he deserves that longest reigning title reign opportunity because he's defending his belt. Roman, I love the man. I love the storyline, the bloodline thing, but he's not wrestling enough to be given an opportunity to be the longest reigning. So, yeah, I mean, I give Gunther props. Is he one of my favorite wrestlers? Not in the top 10, really, honestly. But I give him props. He is a hard-hitting motherfucker, and he knows how to deliver a match. He knows how to play his gimmick to a T. He's a ring general. And his two cronies, and that was something else I was going to bring up. They're pushing the hell out of Gunther. But we're trying to build Imperium as like this dominant group with Gunther, but we're not giving any opportunity to do the side cronies. Like, I feel like they, at some point, they deserve to have a title. Like, at least the tag belts. And then you can make Imperium this dominant force to be reckoned with if you give them something.
It won't happen. It won't happen for the simple fact that Imperium as a whole ain't that strong. Gunther, pretty strong. Also, I'd like to say congratulations, Gunther, on your title reign. Well deserved. You came all the way from NXT, brother. You know, you put in the hard work and it paid off. And now you have something more than just a title to put on your show. Now you have an accolade, a milestone. Like, now you're the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in history. Congratulations. That's not something that's easy to beat, especially over the legendary greats. So congratulations. I would have preferred Chad Gable to win because I feel like he deserved his very first singles championship.
Yeah.
But who's to say that's not going to happen in the next pay-per-view or, maybe a bigger pay-per-view like Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Could happen. But as far as Imperium, when's the last time you seen him? When's the last time you seen Imperium wrestle as a whole, besides going in the ring and jumping something?
At least like a month, at least.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not. I feel like maybe WWE is trying to kind of separate them a little bit.
They're like the OC.
Yeah.
They're cool to look at sometimes, but they're not top level unless they have their leader with them. And that's just how I
feel. AJ Styles is the guy, the one that everybody watches, and there's guys on the side they really don't pay attention to.
The way I see, Gunther, they would probably let go of the other two of Imperium.
Yeah.
And just have him be a single competitor or tag him up with someone with just as much power. Imagine if you had Gunther and Drew McIntyre on the team. You realize what that would be like? Like, oh my God, you can't stop them. Like, just the way he carries himself in the ring. I fuck with it. I like it. He's came a very long ways from being Walter to Gunther, and now longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. So yeah, congratulations for Wrestling with Bros as a whole for being the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I will give him his. I could tell. His props. I will give him his props. Congratulations. I'm glad that you have that accolade on your shelf now. Mm-hmm. It's well deserved. Well deserved. What's your thoughts, Ben?
Gunther is we got that 10-minute buzzer. Gunther is just a dominant. I've liked him since day one in NXT, Billy. You know that. I'm the one that kind of said, hey, Billy, you should watch NXT too. And you started watching it and you started seeing this man doing things that a big man shouldn't do and that he does. I mean, he's just he can fly from the turnbuckle. He can wrestle. He's a striker. He can do submissions. The man is an all-around talented guy, and he puts butts in seats.
Yep.
And if you can put butts in seats, you have long title reigns. Look at the champ right now. He puts butts in seats. He's a well-known name in the independent circuit of the Quad Cities.
Yep. Right.
Shout out to Champ.
Yeah.
So predictions. Oh, go ahead, Champ.
I was just gonna say, He does put butts in seats, Gunther. However, we cannot sit here and pretend like if the WWE didn't get rid of some of their better talent, Gunther would have never had a chance. If my boy Keith Lee was still there, Gunther would have never had a chance. And I still believe in that boy. I still believe in that boy. Like that's my man. That's how I feel. Like I'm not taking nothing away from Gunther or his skills and his outplays, but like I said,
Oh,
if we didn't
Keith
get rid
Lee
of some
was an
talent-
amazing athlete.
yes, that was the big man that could do it all. Like you see Keith Lee was jumping over the top rope into crowds and stuff. Like Keith Lee was the man. That's I still stand by Keith Lee. But congratulations, Gunther. Congratulations.
So we moved down into that, that part of the show that we don't like getting to. But we're going to talk about one more thing real quickly. 2024 Royal Rumble predictions. Who do you got winning?
Ooh,
Royal Rumble, shit, that's quite a ways out.
I didn't even think about that. That is a surprise.
I think Gunther.
I don't. Just because he was the longest one last year, that was his accolade. I don't expect anything like that from Gunther. I think it might be Jey Uso. I think it
I'm
might be
thinking
Jey.
also, yeah.
I
Jey
think we might
Uso.
see another Jey versus Roman match where he came and built his own name on a different brand, and now he's back. I think that's where we're headed. I think Roman Reigns will either lose.
That's where we'll come full
I
circle.
think he'll either lose at a Survivor Series or WrestleMania. Probably, most likely, WrestleMania.
And
I
did
think
you guys
so.
see them trade rumors?
Trade rumors.
Yeah, they brought Jay over to Monday Night Raw, so now they're going to trade somebody over to SmackDown.
And supposedly it's going to be none other than American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. That's what I've been reading on.
Yeah.
I mean,
That way we get Cody versus Roman in Philly.
yes, we will, because that's where he left off before Brock Lesnar ended up fucking him up for a while. So I think that's exactly where we're going to go back to, because he's always been wanting to win the main goal. And I don't think Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes, it's not that it wouldn't be a good match. It's just the fact that you got someone with star power that's up here versus someone else's star power up here.
Yeah.
He's the man over here, and it's like, we're just gonna switch you over here real quick, so that way you can get right back on your grind and not damage Seth Rollins, because he probably has future plans to go against somebody. So having that much talent on one show with nothing to do is a waste. And I feel like they utilized Cody Rhodes as much as they could. So they put him on a different brand and continued his storyline, which will put butts in seats, like you said.
Right.
Bill?
You got anything to say, brother?
I mean, I ultimately think that, like you're saying, I mean, the two biggest matches we're going to have, it's going to probably come down to title switches, is Cody versus Seth. Cody's probably going to get the big gold from Seth Rollins. And we're leading up to Jey Uso, building his name, building his character, becoming that main event star again on his own without the bloodline help, because that's what Roman was all about. I helped build you. I built you. I made you. Jay's going to prove he can do it on his own. And then possibly WrestleMania. I mean, I think he's going to carry it to WrestleMania like everybody says. And then that's where Jay will complete the circle.
Oh, and for my females Royal Rumble, I hope I see Nia Jax come back, or Naomi, or even Sasha Banks. Any of the people that had quit, I'd love to see them come back.
Be getting them big bucks over there in NGPW, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she's coming back anytime soon, because
that is true.
They really dropped the fucking ball with her.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
They dropped
really,
it
really
hard. That was the other Becky Lynch. Could be heel, could be babyface. It didn't matter. She put butts in seats and she sold out arenas. People came to see her wrestle.
Well, WWE, they are a big company, but I feel like their heads got too big for their shoulders. Something happened that she didn't like, that they were trying to force her and Naomi to do as tag team partners. So she said, well, fuck it, I'll quit. Drop the title, didn't show up. Boom, there you go. I can make money elsewhere. Come on, dude. That's like the niece of Snoop Dogg. Why couldn't she make money anywhere else? Come on now.
Right.
Her husband is her designer of her clothes. She's saving money everywhere. She's making money everywhere. Like the boss. And she really is.
All dropped. Billy, how do you feel about Sasha Banks going to NGPW?
I feel that both with the situation with both Naomi and Sasha, I feel like they made the right move. They didn't feel like they were being treated fairly or justly in the main roster in WWE. So they went out there and said, fuck you guys. We're gonna build our own name. We're gonna build who we are. We're gonna make ourselves. We're gonna make you want us back, but we ain't coming back because we're doing our thing.
And we're going to be stars without your help. And I feel like that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Now we go into honorable mentions. Troy?
My honorable mention, my honorable mention would probably have to go out to, Jey Uso. The man is out there doing his thing. I'm glad you finally broke yourself of like the bloodline and you got yourself away from that whole type of ordeal. So you're making a complete name for yourself with a complete new roster of people to go against. And the sky's the limit on this man's story. He can go anywhere he wants with this. So I would say, hats off to you, man. Kudos. Honorable mention to Jey Uso.
My honorable mention goes out to something that we've been announcing. We've been excited. It goes out to HAW. We are super excited. We've already sent out promotion videos. We are super excited to have them come on the show this Sunday. We look forward to our fans watching and paying attention because it's going to be an exciting show. The owner himself, he agreed to come on. He wants to talk to us. And we want to see what HAW is all about. And, he's also going to talk to us about, what being a wrestler is about. And we're excited about it. So hats off to you guys. We look forward to Sunday.
Hell yeah.
My honorable mention going to Gunther this week. Really holding down the show, in my opinion, as the Intercontinental Champion. Defends it well. He says he's gonna fight somebody, he fights him, he shows up and he gets the job done.
He delivers. He fights anybody that's willing to step up, that's for sure.
Stand and deliver.
Yeah.
So now we move into that part of the show where we gotta say our goodbyes, unfortunately, to the fans. Until next time, this is Big Baby Ben.
This is Billy the Kid Rogers.
For PW Troy Black, baby.
And this is another amazing, amazing episode of Wrestling with the Pros.